New York Comic Con is one of the biggest events in the world for lovers of comics, movies, TV shows, and anything in between. Thousands show up in their best cosplay to see what Hollywood has in store, and this year, they definitely weren't disappointed. We've rounded up some of the spiciest reveals from this year's Comic Con right here for you, so sit back and enjoy. One of the most anticipated new releases from this year's Comic-Con has got to be HBO's Watchmen. And audiences were not left hanging. The show's creators screened the entire first episode of the gritty new adaptation to the delight of fans and skeptics alike. From executive producer David Lindelof of The Leftovers acclaim, this new retelling has the potential to be truly awesome. While it's too early to say if all the fan-favorite characters will be making an appearance, the show's protagonist, Sister Night, played by Regina King, is a total badass, and we're ready to follow her wherever her story goes. Along for the ride with Sister Night, the show features Jeremy Irons, who goes unnamed in the pilot but seems to be playing Ozymandias, opposite a gang of violent Rorschach copycats in a racially charged storyline set in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We can already tell from episode 1 that this show is going to get pretty dark, as well it should, but here's hoping that Lindelof can inject a little bit of that second season Leftovers humor into Watchmen as well. Another one of the most talked about upcoming shows is, of course, Picard, led by none other than Patrick Stewart himself, because honestly, who else could do it? The first trailer for the new series was released over the weekend, and it's safe to say it looks like fans everywhere have a lot to be excited about come January. Fulfilling the dreams of Star Trek fans everywhere, Stewart is reprising his iconic role as the now retired Jean-Luc Picard. Picard, who has been happily residing on what looks like a sprawling vineyard in Northern California, hanging out with his pit bull, is now plunged back into the Starfleet world in order to help a mysterious woman in grave danger. With some of the original cast back reprising their beloved roles and a handful of newcomers, Picard is set out to be yet another jewel in the Starfleet crown. Ever since Game of Thrones left screens earlier this year, studios all over the place have been fighting to fill the space left by the fantasy giant. New fantasy shows are cropping up all over the place, from The Witcher to Carnival Row and more. But one of the most intriguing and star-studded new shows has got to be His Dark Materials. And seeing how it's being produced by HBO from an epic trilogy of fantasy novels just like Game of Thrones, things are looking good. The cast and crew dropped a new extended trailer at this year's New York Comic Con, exciting fans of the genre everywhere. The show follows Lyra, a seemingly ordinary young girl in a fantasy world, as she uncovers an evil plot involving kidnapped children and follows it through parallel universes. The cast features Daphne Keane, who you might recognize from her fantastic turn in Logan, Lin-Manuel Miranda, James McAvoy, and the always great Ruth Wilson. It's an epic, sprawling story that includes magic, hot air balloons, and animals that contain the spirits of their human counterparts, and more. If you're looking for a show to simultaneously remind you of your childhood and also completely destroy it, look no further than Tell Me a Story. The show takes your beloved fairy tale stories and distorts them into a very grown-up American Horror Story meets Black Mirror anthology-style series, and it's awesome. The first season, which premiered in 2018, wove together the Three Little Pigs, Little Red Riding Hood, and Hansel and Gretel into a twisted tale of epic proportions. At New York Comic Con, the newest trailer was unleashed, and it looks like the show is back in full swing for Season 2. This time, they are taking aim at the stories of Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Beauty and the Beast, with first season favorites Danielle Chappelle and Paul Wesley coming back in entirely new roles, and a supporting cast that includes none other than The Matrix's Carrie-Anne Moss, among others. This new season looks just as mind-bending and nail-biting as the first. While it might seem like dark and gritty might be the only things on this year's menu at Comic-Con, well, that just isn't the case, at least not when it comes to Free Guy, the Ryan Reynolds vehicle coming to theaters in 2020. There isn't a trailer for the movie yet, but the details about it are enough to get us really excited. From Night at the Museum and Stranger Things' Sean Levy comes a story about an average Joe bank teller, played by Reynolds, whose life is turned completely upside down when he realizes he is a background character in a video game that is about to go offline. Along with Reynolds, the stellar cast includes Joe Keery, Jodie Comer, and Taika Waititi, who actually worked together once before on a movie called Green Lantern. Or are we thinking of Green Hornet?
Yeah.
It will.
No, okay. Major part.
Either way, the little we do know about Free Guy is enough to have us lined up at the box office months in advance. Did you catch anything we missed at this year's Comic-Con? Are there other shows you're hyped to see? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.